today.
Well, he pitched outstanding, and the biggest key is right there in the bottom of that inning, the way he pitched.
Ripped to the outfield, a clean single for Palmeiro, and he is aboard to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
What has it meant for him over the past few days, knowing he's going to pitch for his hometown team in a playoff game?
Well, he's been so excited about it. He and us, all of us are. It is the big dream come true. I taught him the game of baseball a long time ago and told him to love it for what it is. It's come around for him. It's really great.
You've got his sign. You seem to be his biggest cheerleader. What's it like for you to watch your son on the mound here in a playoff game?
Undescribable. Absolutely undescribable. I have enjoyed every minute at the ballpark this year and all these years with him for sure, but it's so undescribable. I mean,
relax, he's out of the game. Enjoy the rest of it. David?
Nina, Harold, Dave, thank you so much. Craig Biggio in the box. Pulls away the bunt. It's in there for a strike. I cannot imagine how high that sense of pride must soar to sit in the stands in a playoff game and watch your little boy pitch. Not a little boy anymore, but in a parent's eyes, he always will be.
Well, he's a big boy now, and he came through like a big boy after his team scored those 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. He came back out in the 6th, and he didn't allow anything. He came back with a vengeance. Earlier in the ball game, he allowed the Braves to tie this thing back up. He was not about to let them tie it back up, and you could just see the competitiveness on his face when he was facing Andrew Jones.
Great sign out there. Adding to the list of killer bees, Brandon Backey, a new name. As Biggio, one of the originals, takes ball 4.
That's funny seeing your parents in the stands. You would think that there's no way that with all the crowd noise going on that you would be able to hear anything from anybody. I can remember the only person I ever heard in the stands was my mom.
Ground ball by Beltran. Softly hit. Giles to Foucault. Got one. Guns it on the first. Not in time. And Beltran is safe.
Oh, my goodness.
Runners on it. 1st and 3rd. No double play for Atlanta. And he agreed with the first baseman, fielding Culbreth. So runners at 1st and 3rd. Wow. Here's Bagwell. He has walked. He has doubled. He has lined out to left. A wicked liner. Hauled in by Thomas. Charles Thomas made a terrific leaping catch. Only 1 out. Fastball in there for a strike. Let's take a look at that play at second, though. Little flip. And he was in the neighborhood, but he had already released that throw if that back foot even touched second base. But they gave him the out there at second, not at first. So Alfonseca out of the bullpen. He has really tied up Bagwell in their career meetings. Jeff just 2 for 17 against the right-hander.
As much as Alfonseca throws the ball inside, I know that Leo Mazzoni has talked to him a lot about using both sides of the plate instead of just throwing the ball on the inside half, and it's made him a lot more successful this year than he was when he was in Chicago.
And I got to believe Beltran's going to be still in here just to keep him out of the double plate.
He's running right now. Swung on and missed. Here's the throw. It skips up there and a stolen base for Beltran. 2 men in scoring position now for the Astros.
You're talking about a kid who is very intelligent and stealing bases. Rarely gets thrown out. Going against a catcher that doesn't really throw a lot of guys out. And he was successful again. So now if you're Bagwell, you just got to get a good swing on something. But you got 2 strikes on you. So put something in play. Something. Make them make the play. Shorten your stroke up right here.
A base hit means 2. Infield in for Atlanta. 1 down. The 0-2 to Bagwell is raked foul. Gene Lamont with a stop at 3rd. Sort of. 4-2 Houston in the 6th inning.
You know, in a situation like this, when you're hitting, I always say make him throw the fastball by me. Because even if you're late on the fastball, you still got a chance. But if you're too early on a breaking ball, you have no chance. I'm always thinking make him throw the fastball by me.
He missed outside. With men in scoring position during the regular season, Bagwell hit .302 along with 11 home runs in these spots. He has been a star for 14 years in this town. but he has never been part of a team that won a playoff series here. Ground ball is short. Furcal backs up, gets the hop, now on a rundown between third and home, and Estrada chases down Palmeiro and tags him out. Berkman has singled, popped up. He has walked and scored today, 1 for 2. He has runners at first and second and 2 away. Atlanta desperate to keep it a 2-run game. That's ball 1.
Well, the issue right now is Tom Martin is on the mound, left-hander facing Berkman. If he doesn't get him out, he's got to face Jeff Kent, who is a natural righty. There's nobody else throwing in that Atlanta bullpen.
The 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball swooped in there, and the count 1-1.
And although he doesn't hit with a higher average against left-handed pitching, he's still very dangerous from that right-handed side with a lot of power. You saw him in the All-Star game in the home run hitting contest from that right side.
That's right.
So he's still very dangerous. And
he was launching him.
You know what? You talk to most switch hitters, they'll tell you the reason for the disparity in the batting average a lot of times is because they are always facing right-handed pitchers. They never really get a chance to really work that right side, that opposite side.
Berkman behind on the count, 1-2. Game 4 of the series tomorrow. The start time is not set yet. Either 1 o'clock Eastern or 7:30 Eastern. The left-hander with a 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Back behind the plate. Estrada looking for room, but it's off into the crowd. Schedule a start in game 4 here at Minute Maid Park tomorrow, regardless of the start time. Russ Ortiz. This is a guy who's won more games for Bobby Cox the last couple of years than any pitcher he has, and he wasn't even in the rotation for the start of the playoffs. Roger Clemens coming off that game 1 victory, 7 innings. He survived 6 walks. They'll be working on 3 days rest. That includes the postseason, 7 and 6 on 3 days. For the Rocket, he's had some brilliant outings on 3 days rest. He's had some outings where he was gone very quickly. They will go toe-to-toe tomorrow. Runners take off at first and second, and a line drive out of the range with Furcal. Here comes Beltran. He is in to score. It is 5-2 Houston. A 2-out, 2-strike hit for Berkman. And the Astros have come up with all the big 2-out hits today. Kent had a giant one back in the 5th inning, an RBI double. It was 2-2 until his 2-base hit.
A big hit by Kent right here might put this thing right out of reach for the Braves.
Runners lead at first and second, and it's up high. Remember, Houston has won 18 consecutive home games. This is their first home game in the playoffs this year. Phil Gardner, an interim manager, still described as an interim manager in the media guide, believe it or not, despite getting them into postseason play after taking over the team at the All-Star break. In for a strike, 1 and 2. That's not going to last very much longer, that interim tag.
Well, these days, if you're, I don't think it matters if you're interim or not. You're always interim if you're a big league manager. You're not interim if you win. If you lose, you're interim.
1-2, trying to check his swing. Did he hold it? He did, according to Field and Culbreth. No swing, 2-2.
Well, he wanted to swing at this. He almost did.
He's looking for that ball middle in and trying to hit that short wall down the left field line.
Since the score was tied 2-2, the last 3 Houston runs have all come with 2 men out. Breaking ball down and in, 3-2. And again, the runners can be off and going on the pitch.
Boy, this packed house crowd is flat out getting into this ball game. Wow. Homer Yankees everywhere.
It has become an awfully tough place to win. If you're the visiting team, the 3-2 runners taking off, and it's ball 4. The bases are loaded. Kent takes a walk. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Ensberg with the bases loaded in his career has done very well. 325 with 2 grand slams.
Well, I've got to believe that Tom Martin is out there for the duration. There's still nobody throwing in that Atlanta Brave bullpen, and in a series like this, you've got to keep them fresh. This ball game is his.
1-1.
He may walk every batter that comes up there, but he's going to stay out there. I'm sure that's what part of what Leo Mazzoni was talking to him about. Hey, you got to get some outs right here, big boy.
Ensberg hit 10 home runs during the regular season, drove in 66. Knocks it foul, and it's 1-2. He's only faced Martin once in his career, and he's 0 for 1.
Well, we just now start to see some action in that Braves bullpen.
Yeah, it's going to be Chris Reitsma. But only now does he begin to warm up. And Astros circling every base in the pitch. Line drive. Oh, that skips by Chipper Jones. Down the line. Bagwell in. Berkman is in. A big hit for Morgan Ensberg with the bases loaded. He scampers into second. It is 7-2 Houston. Houston Astros have a 7-2 lead. Moments ago, Morgan Ensberg with the bases loaded. 2-run double. And Houston up by 5 now in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And JB, you've touched on it. Getting inside this building and a roof about to blow off. It's an atmosphere that the Astros are feasting on.
Well, they are feasting on it, and it's made the hitters so comfortable with the fact that Backey started out so well and throwing a lot of strikes, being very aggressive early in this ball game. And I think when you see a rookie pitcher go out there and do the job that he did for 6 innings, it makes everybody else relax. And I mean, we're seeing the hitting really coming alive now.
Second and third here, and Vizcaino in the batter's box trying to add to the fun. He is 0 for 2 today.
And that's the word right there, Dave. When you talk about fun in this ballpark, that's what they're having. Not only the 25 guys in the dugout, but I don't know how many people are in here, but it's a bunch of people having fun.
Vizcaino 0 for 9 in this series. And he's the only position player who started today for Houston who's yet to come up with a base hit. Now, the base hit here will mean 2 more runs, and the Astros will be on their way to a full-scale rout. Way outside, 1-2. 5 straight 2-out runs for the Houston Astros. That'll make a manager smile. Bobby Cox has been too busy. Brings in another reliever.
It'll also make a manager cry too.
Yeah, that would be Bobby on the other side. Ariza, former starter and closer. Chris Reitsma into the ball game here in the 6th inning. In the last couple of innings, the Atlanta pitching staff has thrown a ton of pitches. 67 pitches.
The problem that you have right now, Dave, is in the Atlanta bullpen. Bobby's got to make a decision. We've still got to finish this ball game, and he's got to have some guys that can finish it up. We got a game tomorrow.
Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that inning finally comes to an end.